All right, Chelsea fans, welcome back to Champions League preview time. That's right, we're going to be previewing the matchup against AC Milan at Stamford Bridge coming up later today. All right, well, as you all know, Chelsea are taking on AC Milan in the Champions League, playing at home at Stamford Bridge Day, which is a big bonus for the Blues. If you ask me, we're getting ready for the double header coming against the reigning Serie A champions and a couple former Blues. So we're going to be breaking it all down. As we all know, Chelsea are in a bit of a tricky situation in the Champions League, only getting 1 point in 2 matches so far. So we definitely need to pull about 4 out of the Milan legs, as well as at least one other win as we go kind of through the different reasons and formations and way Chelsea can get through it. But we have a lot to do, and there's no doubt about it. All right, so as we jump into it, let's go ahead and look at some of the Graham Potter quotes that he had from his pre-match presser that we want to kind of leverage here. First of all, he said they're an absolutely top team. No surprise, like I said earlier, they're the reigning Serie A champions, struggling a little bit this season. But, you know, Graham has some positive things to say about them. Obviously, he says he's been really impressed. They have a clear idea how they want to attack and how they want to defend. They're Italian. They're going to be highly organized, highly technical. That is what you get from these Italian teams. He said we have to play well and we have to create a good atmosphere and for our supporters to get behind us. Look, the fans are going to show up. I've been to Stamford Bridge on a Champions League night. It is electric. The fans understand the situation that they need to push Chelsea on. The fans are going to be behind the team, and I think that is just kind of a given, and it's a luxury. Now, can the team keep the fans on their side? That will only come with their work rate, scoring some goals, and pushing on. As long as the team are in it, the fans are going to be behind them. Stamford Bridge have an amazing fan base there. And then, obviously, the last big, kind of talking point is that Giroud and Fick are going to be returning to Stamford Bridge. So obviously they're at the San Siro. Giroud leaving last year, Fick a couple years ago. And it's going to be really important that we can try to nullify what Giroud has to offer. And obviously Fick will do his best to try to shut down our attack. And I think that's really important. Obviously, I love that, ChelseaFC.com put the Leao graphic on there. Picture, because you know that Chelsea are definitely connected with AC Milan in chats about whether or not he's gonna come into that. So then the other thing we look at is the actual pre-match here, right? So we get some idea of who is available. As I mentioned, AC Milan have quite a few injuries going into this. Chelsea are actually getting their injury list cleared off, thankfully. This is going to be a big one. Again, you need max points from this one. You're at home. You need to make sure that you get 3 points. So real quick, I just wanted to touch on club historian Rick Glanville and what he's bringing to the table. We just launched a new show with him called The Famous CFC. Him and Gary Barone are launching a podcast. Episode 1 came out last Friday. It was all about the different owners that Chelsea have had and the different prices that each of them paid for Chelsea. It's truly phenomenal. So again, if he's good enough for Chelsea FC's website, he's definitely good enough for you to go listen to. Check it out. As we kind of look at this, right, we just have to be honest about where we're at. The good news is that we've got Mendy back, right? Whether or not he plays or not, we don't know. Graham said he likes competition for places. So you have to kind of wait and see how that maybe plays out as far as who starts. Does he stick with Kepa because he's been in the last few games, or does he throw Mendy in right away? I can see going it both ways because, in one sense, you've got Kepa, who is match fit. He's sharp. He's kind of in that mental zone. Mendy hasn't played in a while. So is he going to be up to the speed and the quickness of a Champions League match? I could actually see him going with Kepa, but again, it's really a coin toss. I haven't seen him in training, so we don't really know just how sharp Mendy is. The Conte is back, but he's not full fitness. Is he going to maybe get 10, 15 minutes at the end if we need him? Maybe. I hope we don't need him at the end for 10, 15 minutes, so that would mean we're in a bad situation. And then the table as it stands, look, Milan are on top. They've got only 4 points. This is not a strong group right now. The fact that there are other teams in the Champions League that are on 9 points, and then our leading team is on 4 points. I mean, this group is up for grabs. We have to go get the 3 points, immediately tie Milan. Dinamo and Salzburg are playing. Best case scenario, they draw. But, even if you assume Salzburg win, that takes them to 5. Now you have 5, 4, 4, 3 on points. Like, this group is way closer than it needs to be. Chelsea need to go get a win here. Even if you draw and then get win, like, now you're in the top part of the group. But this is a highly contested group. I don't necessarily see how this one's going to shake out. I mean, there's a way that someone sneaks through, and we have to make sure that Chelsea are at the top when it comes. As I was saying, Conte not ready. Mendy is available, but he's going to have to figure out what he wants to do with the midfield, right? Jorginho got pulled off. Kova looked like he had a knock. Do they really have the legs to play 2 90-minute matches in 4 days? Probably not. Kova's just coming back from an injury. So I expect there to be some rotation in the midfield. Connor scored his goal. Ruben's gotten some minutes. I'll show you my predicted lineup here in a second, but I fully expect there to be midfield changes in this team. I don't think it's going to be Kova Jorginho. I just don't think you can get 90 minutes out of both of them, especially in a high-paced match. If Milan come out in a 3-4-3, 3-5-2, do we really want to be down a man in midfield? Are we going to start with a 4-3-3? I'm going to predict a 4-2-2-2 just for some consistency, but that's something that is going to be really crucial as we get the team news here in a few hours. We want to play on the front foot. We want to get at Milan. We have to, right? Potter talks about that here. We have to play on the front foot tonight because we're at home. We have to take the initiative to Milan. We need the points. They can sit back and wait. They've earned that, but we need to get there. We have to figure out what we're going to do with Kai and Connor. Pulisic came on and got the assist. Aubameyang got his goal. We need these players to gel. Do we continue with, Kai and Aubameyang up top with Sterling and Mount in behind? We've got to figure out some continuity and some chemistry being built there. So we'll see what he does today. I'm pretty nervous about the attack and what that looks like. You got Ben Chilwell, right? So, he's getting in. He's starting to find form. I still think you rotate if Cucurella has the fitness. I just don't want to overdo Ben. I know he's going to be frustrated and Chile B's going to play all these minutes, but he's still coming back from injury. Like, we don't want to overdo it with him. If Cucurella is available, I think you kind of do in every other. We have a midweek and a weekend match the entire month. Like, there are going to be serious minutes for both of them to play. I don't see a reason why you need to burn one of them out in this situation. So, again, as long as Cucurella is fit enough to return after illness, then I think you give him the start. And that's no slight on Chile B. And I think you just play him in the league and you play Cucurella in Europe for now. Like, that is a great situation for Potter to be in right now. So we'll have to see. Look, Reese, the absolute beast, James. Anytime Chelsea FC has a chance to put him on the photo line, you absolutely do it. Then lastly, a little bit about Milan. So they've got quite a few injuries right now. They've got Theo Hernandez is probably a miss. Calabria out. Salamakers is out. Cher is out. So they're going to have a different back line if they go 4-2-3-1. I apologize. Guess they're not playing a back three this year. Either way, that's still 5 in the middle. Do we attack it the same way? Do we go 4-2-3-1? Do we do 4-3-3, 4-2-2-2? Again, I don't want to get outnumbered in the midfield. Messias was hurting in training the day before. Rod Krunic is likely to fill in. Magnan, their starting goalkeeper, is going to miss both legs. You got a 36-year-old going in. He's a beast, though, 6'6", but he's 36. I think that if you had to choose, this is the best time to play Milan because of their injuries. And I think that that's just, the situation we find ourselves in. We have to seize opportunities, just like teams did to us last season when we were down. Really hurting in November, December last season. We didn't get any matches postponed or called off, even though everyone else seemingly did. It's just something that we have to look at and see what we can do in terms of taking full advantage of our opportunities, right, and going at it and getting some points. So we'll have to see how that looks. All right, but I want to go ahead and also talk about the lineup as well. So I went ahead just over to Foothead. These are the FIFA 22 rankings. So, for all of you FIFA gamers out there, I apologize, but I just figured this would be the best way to show off the lineup. So again, I think Graham Potter is going to go with a 4-2-2-2 just for some consistency to let the players be in a more comfortable situation. I've got Kepa in goal. I've got Reece James at right back, Fofana, Silva center backs again. Like I said, Cucurella coming in as a left back. In the middle, I think Ruben is going to come in for Jorginho. I think Kovacic is going to start, but he's going to get subbed out. He's going to play maybe 50, 60 minutes, assuming he stays fit the whole time. Then I think you got Mount and Sterling again with Kai and Aubameyang. I didn't change the front four, essentially. Like, I saw some good things at the weekend against Palace. Aubameyang scored. I think Mason was tied for most shots in the match. He definitely had the shot created actions where it was up there. Same with Sterling. So again, we need to give this group some continuity, some time to gel. And I also think you need to put your best team out there. Right. And right now that attack, you can make the argument for Pulisic. I don't think Ziyech coming in anytime soon. I don't really see that, but this is what I think is going to happen. Hopefully you see Connor, maybe Jorginho comes in late in the match. We don't want to see any defensive substitutions just because, you want the back four to stay there and stay settled. And so we'll have to see how it goes. So this is my lineup. Like I said, I can see him going 4-2-3-1. I can see him going 4-3-3, but I don't see us changing off of a back four right now. I think that's where Potter wants to be. And then lastly, I just wanted to pull up this tweet from good friend of the pod, Ollie Glanville. There's a ton of history between Chelsea and AC Milan. And I think a lot of people maybe don't realize that. So I thought it'd be good to kind of show that there is a lot between the two. You've got Thiago Silva when he was with Milan. Aubameyang actually is at Milan. I believe his dad was a scout there, is the story. Adam Newson has it on football.london. Go check it out. Obviously, Ollie and Fick on the Chelsea side. But this goes way, 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 way back to Jimmy Greaves, Ray Wilkins, Bogard, Laudrup, Hulick, Cudicini, Desai, Weah, Diabona, Panucci, Crespo, Alex. You remember the Brazilian center back Alex and his rifle of a right foot? I love the free kick he just smashed against Peperina in Liverpool. Michael Essien, love the Bison. Andrei Shevchenko, Marco Van Ginkel. He actually restarted his career there and was doing really well. Obviously, Fernando Torres, Thiago Silva, Aubameyang, Bakayoko, Giroud, Tomori. There is a long list, and it's a bit of a legacy between the two teams. And it sounds like they're still talking, have a good relationship as they look to do it. And so I would just point you to this article. I'll have a link in the description. Red, black, and blue combined Chelsea and AC Milan team. Again, just really cool feature that the club did. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll put link in the description, but go check it out. It's a really good read, and I think it's fun for especially Chelsea fans that are looking to learn more about the club and the history. This is a very relevant and cool piece. All right, last thing. Chelsea FC in USA, right? The US Chelsea account. They're going to be doing a Twitter Spaces again before the match. I'm going to be on it. All right, go check it out. Go follow, Chelsea FC in USA. We are going to be doing that about for 1:45 Eastern time. All right, for all of the US based people, which is about an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff. So you can keep that in mind. We're going to essentially preview the match. We're going to talk about lineups. It's a lot of fun. So if you're on Twitter, go check it out. Twitter Spaces. Again, I'll put a tweet in the description as well. You can click that and head to it. It's a ton of fun. We're having a great opportunity with that. Anyways, last, not least, go check out Sam, CFC Central 3 did a Milan preview podcast. That will be in the description. Go check it out. He talks about how we can exploit Milan tactically and what we can do with all their injuries. So anyways, I'm out. Hope you have a great day. It's Champions League match day. I'm so excited. We're going to be back with the match review podcast tonight. So an audio full breakdown will be out tomorrow. Anyways, I'm out. I hope you have a great day. Up the Blues.